Hello and welcome to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah and today I will be doing a reading for the beautiful sign of Scorpio for the month of June 2025. This is going to be one of the most important months of your life. So there is a lot going on, especially astrologically, but there are definitely things that are being revealed little bit by little bit. Things will feel emotional and slightly sensitive, so you want to make sure to ground yourself on a daily basis. And I mean ground yourself every single day, several times a day. Don't forget to change out that grounding cord. If you can take off your shoes and stand on the earth, that would also be very helpful. Spending time in stillness is also very, very important. And to maybe candle gazing also works for other people. So there's definitely quite a few things that you can do in order to ground yourself throughout the month of June. But we are in it. Slowly, things are unraveling. The threshold is being crossed over. And the earth is in fact splitting into two. You can very much clearly see it. I spend a lot of time observing people in their natural habitat, and I am definitely seeing that there are very distinct communities. There's a very strong distinction. There are people that are very aware and are super happy and are involved in their community and pursuing things that they want to create. And then there are people who are still involved in the politics and the economics and the all the other things that are very dense and create a lot of heavy energy, if you will. So the split is very much happening now, and that's why grounding yourself is very, very important. I always advise looking at the secret video that I've posted in the recent while, as well as the soul video, because that provides more of an explanation about what is happening. And I will be posting more of this information, which is really, to be honest with you, is behind the scenes. It's not information that is readily available out there. But let's take a look at what you've got going on in the month of June. In the past position, you have the Empress, clarified by the Chariot. In the obstacle position, you have the Tower, clarified by the Two of Wands. In the present position, you have the Four of Pentacles, clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. And in the future outcome position, you have the Moon, clarified by the Two of Pentacles. So clearly, there's a few Pentacle cards we've got here. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, we've got the Four of Pentacles, we've got the Two of Pentacles. Definitely security and stability is something that matters to you a great deal. But let's start from the beginning. In the past position, you have the Empress, because you do have a lot of power. The Empress is a major arcana card that symbolizes power. It can be, you know, just because it's an Empress, it doesn't mean that it can't apply to a man, because this just shows that there is a very strong nurturing instincts in many people, including men. There are very strong compassionate instincts that very many men possess. But the Empress is someone who is powerful and not easily swayed. She's not someone who can be, you know, just kind of like pushed aside. She understands power and determination. She understands that there's a lot of structure that is needed. But the most important symbolic message from the Empress here is that you went through a big period of growth. Definitely in the last, I would say, 12 months, there's been a lot of times when you were called upon to sit on your throne, because you are able to walk between different worlds. You are able to walk between different types of knowledge. You are able to understand multiple disciplines in life, not just one discipline, right? Like being a parent, but you have multiple disciplines, not just being like a boss at work, or being really great with money, or something else. You have multiple disciplines. There's many. That's why you are the person with power, with so much power, and the ability to create. And your word is needed because you hold knowledge that is not readily available to other people, and so that makes you very, very, very unique and important. And you also showed leadership in the last 12 months, which, can be can cause fatigue. It can cause, being tired and lethargic, and leadership can be at times quite a burden, if you will. But you definitely went through a big period of growth, and you inspired people around you to stand strong within their power as well. You are someone who can take the reins and control the situation. You're someone who can step up in circumstances and say, okay, this is what we're going to do, and this is how it's going to go. You definitely have a lot of wonderful capabilities that allows you to occupy this position of power, and the divine here is reminding you that you are powerful, even though you're going through a stretch of time that can be quite unpredictable at this moment. June and July, by all accounts, are the most transformative months in our life. Not just this year, not just this decade, but this is where many things are decided. And at the very top of our human pyramid, our leaders at the very top are, going through a lot of different heartache, because there are so many different elements that are happening that have never happened before, that really humanity is on a precipice of something absolutely incredible. And because it is such an unknown, unpredictable time, people are very worried because they're looking on the outside rather than looking on the inside. Mother Earth has seen far greater civilizations than ours. Mother Earth has seen far greater technologies than ours. Mother Earth has seen far more powerful people, and far more talented people, and far more impactful people than we currently have in the civilization. So it's important to remember that it's, the number one thing to do is to look within. The Tower in the obstacle position is definitely a serious major arcana card, but it is also given to someone who can withstand what it means. When it appears in the obstacle position, it tells me that you are holding on, and this spread in its entirety about you overly being possessive towards, the past, and how things have been done in the past, because I don't think you realize that you are going to be the star in the future. I think that you don't realize that once the dust settles, it is you who will be incredibly at a very large advantage, because your talents are translatable into the new world as well. And not only are they translatable, they're going to be able to be magnified at a faster rate. But still, you resist the change, Scorpio. The resistance to change is coming on very strongly. Um, there is some kind of internal transformation that is happening within you in the month of June, but the clinging to the past and resisting the change can make this process a little bit discomforting, to put it mildly. I think it is going to pass by the end of June. You will feel a lot of relief. Something wonderful is happening to you in the month of July. It's different for everyone, but emotionally speaking, you're going to be elated. So it's quite it's I think a lot of the worry and anxiety that you feel with this internal push and pull is self-created. And so again, it's important to try and ground yourself as much as you can. And be as observant as you can. You want to observe more than necessarily act. So observation here is definitely very, very important. There's some kind of a decision that you are postponing as well. You're waiting to see what other elements come to the surface, bubble up to the surface, that will help you make the decision. It's important to stick to your path, even though sometimes we do want to follow and copy what others are doing. This is not advisable for you. It's important for you to stand within your power and to allow this transformation to take place, because once it is complete, I think you will see that it has only helped your progress and enriched your life ultimately, as well as your connections and circumstances and situations in all aspects. We do have the Four of Pentacles in the present position, which tells me that, again, there's this feeling of worry. Do I have enough? Am I covered? Are all my bases covered? Again, yes, you are very much provided for. You are very important to the divine, and you are very much loved and protected. And so it's important to remember that when you create possessiveness, when you create resistance, it only prolongs the process. The faster you release, the faster you let go. And I know a lot of times people get frustrated because they think, I've already released everything. There is nothing more to release. That is not so. Because there's thought patterns that can be released, there are behaviors that can be released, there are fears that can be released. You are training your body. A lot of times, you're not just dragging the past, you're also dragging the information that you no longer need. One of the ways to update your body is to upload the information from your body into your Akashic records and download from your Akashic records the information that you need at this time. So let's say you're 50 years old. You don't need to drag around the information of how to raise a child. You've already raised a child. So that information can be released and uploaded into your Akashic records. And then you can download from your Akashic records what you need to know. Like for me, for example, I'm into horses, right? So I released all the information that I needed and uploaded all the information from my Akashic records that I needed to know about horses. Nobody teaches us that our bodies have to be maintained not just through sleep or food or exercise, but also through doing energetic work, and updating our body the same way you would update a computer. Because if your computer has too much information, it becomes very, very slow. So what you do is you unload the information out of your body, and your USB is the Akashic records, and so on and so forth. And the Akashic record keeper is actually a part of you, because you is multiple parts. The one that's listening to me right now is only one part. You are comprised of many different parts, and the one that has the body and is living this experience is only one part, and their goal is to live the experience and create the experience. There are other parts of you that designate what other experiences your body needs in order to keep moving and evolving your soul, so that you can continue on your journey. The Nine of Pentacles definitely, in the clarifying position, tells me that you've accumulated a nice amount of resources, and you're worried about, keeping them in place, and what is the unstable economic situation going to do, and so on and so forth. You are very much provided for. You're very smart. You have a lot of experience, and so I think that holding on too tightly is at some point maybe working against you. The divine and your higher self is kind of trying to nudge you in the direction of being a little bit more, having more faith, in yourself, in your higher self, but also in the divine as well, because you are provided for and you are protected. In the future outcome position, you have the moon clarified by the Two of Pentacles. Definitely the moon is a very emotional card. So do expect your emotions to be front and center by the end of June. But the good thing is that the Cancer birthday season is starting at the end of June, and you will feel very nurtured because of the you'll feel very nurtured because of this Cancer energy. You'll feel very sentimental and emotional, and it's quite fine. You also have the Two of Pentacles, which tells me you're starting some kind of a new project. Something new is coming in that is maybe a second stream of income. Maybe you're figured out how to make money on the side, but there's some kind of money that is coming in for you, Scorpio, which I think will help you release some of the things you've been holding on for quite a long time, which will provide you with an ability to really take advantage of more room in your life. You have the Woman from the tea leaf cards, dealings or relationship with a woman, fairly young. We also have Turkey, gobble gobble. Someone is behaving stupidly, but that is not a surprise to you. Last one, Lobster, financial pinch. So you may be thinking about making a big financial decision. It could be maybe you're buying a house or some sort of a property. Maybe you're investing into something. Maybe you're making changes in something. But definitely money will be coming in for you. Last card, we have Lion, time to act. Don't postpone that decision that needs to be made. There's some kind of a decision you've been postponing it. It would be best if you actually took the plunge and made that decision, because if you keep postponing, That might be worse than making a decision and then it having out to turn out to be incorrect. Sometimes postponing is worse than making the wrong decision. We also have the Angel and Ancestor Oracle card. We've got Warrior, be fearless and stand strong. So definitely channel your inner warrior. This is the time to show the world what you're made of. This is not the time to make yourself small. This is not the time to back down. This is the time to really fight for what you believe in. In the Shaman's Dream Oracle card, we have Wood Wives, adaptability. Yes, you will be very flexible throughout the month of June in certain ways, and that is one of your strengths as well. You're quite adaptable and you're quite able to move the chess pieces around in such a way that helps you kind of create the outcome that you want. Remember, you are a very powerful sign. Most other signs are probably afraid of you. So it's important to remember that there's nothing you can't create. There's nothing you can't have, no matter what transformation occurs at this time. It cannot stop you from reaching your goals. It cannot stop you from having the best experiences that you can manifest and dream up, and imagination is definitely important for that. I hope you enjoyed this reading, Scorpio. If you did, please do like, share, and subscribe. And thank you so much for visiting me today. That really made me feel very uplifted. Thank you. I don't wanna know what they say about me. I feel like a captain on my own spaceship.